All right, everyone, we're going to start exactly at 9 a.m. And just so everyone know, I know I say this all the time, we're doing a hard break at noon. So that will happen. And Vashawn, if you have any more Thanksgiving food that's leftovers, you can't have any more leftovers. Yeah. But did you see there's a major outbreak of pneumonia in China or something? And a lot of children are being taken to the hospital. So they're saying everybody needs to social distance and wear masks. Of course, I still wear my mask when I'm out in public, but yeah. So yeah, they showed scenes from some hospital there and it's overwhelmed. Although they say it's not overwhelmed, but to me, when you have over 100 people in the hospital waiting room, can you imagine that? I'm not calling the docket till 9, but Miss Pollock, who are you here for?
Trinidad Velasquez, he hasn't been evaluated yet. We're trying to get him in the Veterans Court.
All right, could you call in?
Judge, he's been evaluated. They just haven't staffed the case yet. They haven't had any docket or anything since
The holidays.
exactly. So they'll staff the case on Thursday. We're asking for a reset till Monday.
All right. Trinidad Velasquez? Yes. All right. We're going to bring you back on, Norma, can we bring this back on Monday? We're going to bring you back on Monday. So they're telling me that they're going to staff your case for Veterans Court on Thursday. That's this week. So make sure you don't miss that appointment.
Oh, yes,
and
ma'am.
once you receive the reset form, you're excused.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
Good.
And Norma, what is happening with this Macy Malone case?
Spoken about this out of town, and he said it was supposed to 9, so I didn't confirm that.
Okay.
Just a moment.
All right.
There she is.
All right, everyone, I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, please let me know that you are here. If you don't respond, I'm going to assume you're not here and a warrant may be issued for your arrest. Rolando Valadez.
Present.
Thank you. Jose Torres. Jose Torres. In custody, we have Adriana Harrison, Antonio Randall, Aaron Sturm, Angel Gonzalez, custody, Eric Gonzalez Lopez, custody, Kevin Luna, custody, Randy Lee Elizondo.
We've been in touch probably a couple of weeks ago, so hopefully it'll be.
Okay. There's someone at the door.
Never met him, so I don't.
Okay. Randy Lee Elizondo. Okay. Damian Fernandez, custody.
Have a seat, sir.
Juan Soto Victorino, custody. Lazaro Espinoza, custody. Gilbert Perryman. Carlos Terrazas, custody. Adis Hernandez, Marco Marino, custody. Jennifer Cano. Jennifer Cano. All right, sir, there's no eating in court. Not a picnic here. All right, MC Reed. MC Reed. Jared Pena. Prudencio Rodriguez, custody. Renee Rios, custody. Miguel Santiago Colon. Thank you.
I'm renewing this.
Ah, all right. Does he need to be in the box? Armando Regalado is in custody. Monica Wade. Thank you. David Barfield or Bearfield, David Bearfield. Javon Flemings. Thank you. Hezakota Martinez, custody. Javon Flemings. Okay. Renee Vincent Rios. That's you? Okay. John Lyles is in custody. Luis Hernandez, custody. Ernest Fernandez.
Here you go.
Thank you. Alex Espinoza. Thank you. Denise Thomas. Denise Thomas. Cecilia Cortez. Thank you. Macy Malone, custody. John, how do you pronounce that?
Naranjo?
John Naranjo.
No.
All right. Jose Torres. Randy Lee Elizondo. Jennifer Cano. MC Reed. Jared Pena. All right. David Bearfield. Denise Thomas. John Naranjo. All right, is there anyone who came in late or your name was not called? Please raise your hand. What's your name?
Aaron Terminator.
First name?
Aaron, Teran.
Do you know your case number or SID number?
Nine two 0034.
Do you know who your attorney is?
Oh man.
All right, have you had contact with your attorney?
Oh man.
All right, we're going to make sure that happens today, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, just have a seat and we'll get with you. And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, everyone, these are the rules of the court. To my left are the files for criminal trial division. To my right are the files for family violence. Of course, you know, there are outbreaks of flu. This is the holiday season. Nobody wants to go home for the holidays and end up infecting anyone. So once you grab your file from the box, just place it on the prosecutor's desk, have a seat. They will call you in the order of appearance. Do not approach the court if you have not conferred with the state and have not conferred with your client. If your client is in custody, yes, they need to be brought out before the court. Once you request that your client is brought out, please do not leave the courtroom. We have a limited number of deputies for security reasons. We cannot bring everybody out all at once. If your client wishes to communicate in a language other than English, you need to ask for an interpreter, whether you speak the language or not. Let the clerk know if you need an interpreter so that they can call it an interpreter. Once you've done those things and you're prepared to speak with the court, just approach the clerk, ask them to pull the file, have a seat. You will be called in the order of appearance. The only exception is if your client needs an interpreter, because we have so few interpreters, so they will leapfrog over everybody. So today is Monday. We were off last week for the Thanksgiving holidays. Hopefully everybody is not in a turkey coma. And hopefully the joy you felt for those holidays have transferred to Monday, because this Monday is going to be a Monday, Friday, and another Monday, because that's the way things work. So everyone, please confer with kindness in your heart and a smile on your face. You may confer. And Norma, on Juan Soto Victorino, call the MAC and see if they can get in touch with Jennifer Zorka or somebody gets in touch with her.
Bring it back, please.
What'd you say? Yeah, it's you.
I have not confirmed, but Ms. Thomas. She's not.
Yeah, she's so far.
Okay.
Ms. Thomas, you have a seat in the front row.
David Barfield. Cecilia Cortez. Randy Elizondo.
I'm sorry?
Yeah.
Yes.
She has actually been with the court on November the 14th.
Okay.
It's actually-
All right.
Damian Fernandez.
Okay. So when do you want to recall this? All right, what date? Okay,
Javon Fleming.
I don't know if they have them in the past.
all right. Deputy Laura, when you get a chance, if Macy Malone is in the back, if you can have her brought up.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably a kid on here. Yeah, that's, yeah.
Yeah.
And Norma, what date did you say she was referred?
On, November 14th.
Okay,
Motion on the 13th.
all right, thank you.
Do we turn on this? John, Radical? Aaron Strong?
All right, because you know I like to treasure hunt to try to find out which room you're in. All right. And I see I have a lot of emails. Yeah, but you know, I was checking it while I was at home. And every time I would check every day twice. I would check at noon because I figure, and then I would check at 5. And then I would get up the next morning to check. And I'm like, where did all these emails come from?
Renee Rios.
And then, you know, the whole place. Yeah, he told me. Said, but it's been hard to understand. And his is so nutritious. Yeah. You know, you put him aside, please. You need. It's just that record. What's the?
You just asked him to approach sessions.
Yes,
Yeah, come around.
yes.
It's a.
Okay. All right, and the state has reviewed it and they're fine?
Yeah.
Okay. And are you ready to proceed on your case?
He's here, but not.
Not here.
No, I mean, have you had the clerk pull the file? Are you ready to approach the court with your case? That's what I'm asking. Yeah, I was like, oh. All right, and if you'll go back. Ernest Fernandez, if you'll come forward, please. All right. And the order you had me sign, that was for blood, or what is it for?
It's the blood testing records.
Okay. All right, other than waiting for that, have you received all the other
Yes.
discovery?
Yes,
All right, State, how long do you think it will take for that?
It's either 30 or 45 days, Judge. Let me, can I?
Okay, sure.
ask you? Usually about 60 days.
All right. All right, Ms. Ferguson. On this case, they're waiting for the blood discovery. Can you give me a 45-day reset? Yeah. All right, so we're going to come back on January 8th. We'll see how things are going. I know it may be a little bit off because of the holidays, but state on that day, I'm going to expect you to be prepared to tender an offer.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Let me,
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thanks for dressing
Your Honor.
appropriately for
Yes,
court.
ma'am, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Good day.
You too.
and may I please, Your Honor, what-
Yes, after he does the reset. Macy Malone, if you'll come down, please. Good morning. Your attorney filed a motion to have an evaluation done.
Yes, ma'am.
So we're going to bring you back on January 4th, but if it's done sooner than that, your attorney will let us know. We'll bring you back sooner than that.
Okay.
All right.
thank you.
So if you have any questions, your attorney will come see you. Is there anything you don't understand about the process?
No.
All right. Deputy Laura, we're done with Ms. Malone.
Don't get it. So it's kind of the, I'll use it for the first name. Josh Jackson at Bear. Yeah. Okay.
Yes. I can get it back. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
All right. How are you doing?
I am good. How was your Thanksgiving?
Oh, it was great. It's always good to spend time with mom. So
Yeah,
it was a lot of fun.
that's
And although
fabulous.
people think I do not cook, I did actually cook.
I cooked, but I
I'll cook.
actually had some help.
Yeah.
And it was very nice. Everybody was peaceful and you know what? That's great.
Well, I don't know. Let me update that. I don't know if you would actually call it cooking. I was in charge of desserts. So I would say baking. It was all from
Cooking is an
scratch.
art, baking is a science. Baking is actually the harder of the two.
Thank you very much for
I'm
saying that.
serious. I
But
did both. I did both of my wedding cakes.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. But our Thanksgiving and Christmas, the way we do it is the day before everything is cooked. So the day of, you're just vegging out in front of the TV and eating.
I was trying to explain that to my daughter on Wednesday, but she was telling me that I was wrong because she's 18 and that's what she tells me. Because, you know, I am. Until that day, at which point, why isn't this done?
Could be right there.
No, it's not Connor, it's. I don't know about that.
Like, I guess we take a break.
Randy Elizondo.
Present for him, Your Honor.
All right, and do you know where he is?
I've had contact with him. Last time I had contact with him was about 2 weeks ago. And so I have no idea.
All right, is he on a surety bond?
He is on a surety bond.
Have you all tried calling the bondsman?
Call the bondsman to get a number and I contacted that number.
All right. All right, Deputy Laura, could you make an announcement for Mr. Randy Elizondo? All right, we're gonna go on the record. Court is calling 2023 CR 10008, State of Texas versus Randy Lee Elizondo. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
defense?
For Mr. Elizondo.
All right, this hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. It is now 9:22 a.m. Defense, do you wish to go forward with this hearing?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. The defendant has not made an appearance in court. Deputy Laura, did you make an announcement for Randy Lee Elizondo?
Yes, Your Honor, there was someone.
All right, defense, have you had any contact with your client?
Last contact I had with him was maybe about 2 weeks ago, Your Honor. And I tried to communicate with him, but so they recently, was the last week. I will wait around the courthouse in case he comes in. And so,
All right, state.
Your Honor, we asked for a bond forfeiture.
All right, that will be granted. Your client will be remanded without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
okay, and I'll, like I said, I'll hang around the courthouse.
All right, and we'll call you if he makes an appearance.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Excuse Your Honor.
Yes.
Thank you.
Denise Thomas. You're on the other side, counsel. Are you here for Denise Thomas?
No, Your Honor.
Oh, okay. You need to pull a file if you wish to speak to me about a case.
I am here.
All right, and you're on this side, counsel. Who's the state on Denise Thomas? Yes.
Ally Jackson, Dist.
All right. So do you have all discovery?
I believe I have everything to date. I need to confirm with CPS whether they still have anything in their possession that they haven't turned over to me.
All right, do you all have CPS records to give her?
I do not know, Your Honor. It's a first setting. I will look over it real fast.
All right, so if you could check on that. And
Yes,
then
Judge.
if you have a order for me to sign, I'll sign it. So CPS records, anything else that will be outstanding? Is there any medical?
There are
There are
medical.
medical records. I've been advised that the medical records are available through Discovery, and I have ordered them on the e-discovery system. But it's been my experience that there's a disconnect between the electronic ordering and the delivery process. It seems as though I always have to come into court and request them in person anyway, which makes me wonder why there's that button on e-discovery, but.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, I need a 45-day reset off docket. You all need to make sure that all the discovery is handed over. So when we come back in 45 days, states you need to be prepared to make an offer, and I'll need an acknowledgement of discovery.
Yes, Judge.
All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, we'll see you back on January 8th, 2024.
Thank you, Judge. I
All
can't believe
right.
it's 2020.
You're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And Norma, that will be for discovery. And counsel, if you can make sure your client's on time next time.
I will, Your Honor, and my apologies for that.
Oh, no problem. It's after the holidays, so I give a little bit of leeway.
That one might not have been entirely her fault. I'll just leave it
Okay.
at that.
No problem. John Narano. John Narano. Jose Torres. Thank you. Jennifer Cano. MC Reed. MC Reed. David Barfield.
I'm present on that, Judge, and I just spoke to him. He's on his way in. His Uber was running late. I'll
No
let you
problem.
know when he's here.
Thank you. Norma, can I see, I'm sorry, Jennifer, can I see the file on MC Reed? I could be wrong, but I think there's a reason why he's not here. Nope, he should be here. Okay.
That's just out today.
Renee Rios.
He's in the box, Your Honor.
All right, if you'll come forward. All right, good morning. Who's the prosecutor on Renee Rios? All right, so have you all conferred?
We're conferring, Your Honor. Mr. Rios is in the box. He had missed his an October court date that I understand he was unaware of. And he's here today because he got notice of today's setting, but apparently there was a miscommunication. Mr. Rios, I didn't know there was a further explanation.
Yeah, well, they told me once I got out of jail that I was gonna be getting a card in the mail about the court date, but I received only the card for this one, but it was like they sent me 4 of them for this court date.
All right, so if you all confer.
He's just in custody. So that
Yes, so he just needs to remain the box.
Okay.
All right, they're not ready. Adriana Harrison. All right. All right, just give me one moment, counsel. Sorry, my computer is a little bit slow. All right. We'll start with the case that's involving the PSI, and then from there, we'll move to the motion to revoke. Thank you. All right, I'm trying to find the trial court certificate. Ah, there it is. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 9045W, and 2022 CR 10906W, State of Texas versus Adriana Harrison. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Anna Ochoa Nelson.
Danny Callahan defense.
And are you Miss Adriana Harrison?
Yes, ma'am.
Have both parties received the PSI report, state
Yes, Your Honor.
defense? And also the DDRF MIC report, state and defense?
Yes.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, are there any objections to the PSI report, state
No.
defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any objections to the DDRF MIC report, state
No.
defense?
No, Your Honor.
Any witnesses, state
No, Judge.
defense?
Any what?
Witnesses?
No, Your Honor. May I amplify regarding the PSI? There are two programs that she has successfully completed. One is recorded in the PSI child protector, and the other is aggression, anger management, Your Honor.
All right, so in regards to this case, the state is recommending deferred adjudication.
Apparently we are, Judge.
So I don't understand.
Just for completeness.
No, I mean, why should I go along with the deferred adjudication? And the reason why I'm saying that is because one, I'm not the person who took this plea, but she's on deferred adjudication for continuous violence against family.
Yes,
And
Judge.
now we have an assault case, and she had a previous motion to revoke, and that was for a violent offense as well. So I don't understand why I should follow this plea. And I'm keeping an open mind about it. I'm trying to figure out, I could understand if there were mental health issues or something else that was going on. So if y'all want to address that.
Judge, this offer and plea was entered by a different assistant district attorney. At this point, I'm bound to honor that. I don't know if Mr. Callahan wants to address your concerns himself.
Your Honor, Ms. Harrison does not recognize that she has a major mental illness problem, but she's been examined for it. The complainant in this case wants her to get probation, deferred adjudication. But she wants her to stay away from her. They get into fights, that problem should be avoided. She has the support of her mother's in the back of the courtroom. Raise your hand.
All right.
And that's where she would live. She has expressed to me that her method of handling problems is poor, bad. She wants to change it, in her own self-rehabilitative efforts at the two programs indicate that. You can trust her. I asked the court to go along with the plea. May I address the court further?
Yes.
Harrison would like to speak to you, Your Honor.
Yes.
I just want to say I'm sorry for my actions. I was just trying to get my daughter back from the situation. I don't want to be back in here. I've been taking parenting classes. I'm supposed to get my parenting class certificate tomorrow. So I don't make it today. I know I got CPS classes that I had to take. If you do it this week to get my daughter back. I'm just trying to right my wrong and do better for my daughter.
All right, probation.
Yes, Judge.
Anything to say on this matter?
I will be not sure what Ms. Person had to say.
She wants to get out to get her child back, and she promises to do better.
Your Honor, I would say, as the court noted before, this is not the first MTR for
a violent offense. And with the 3 new cases, the probation department is recommending revocation.
All right.
It appears that she has not completed the BIPP class, her parenting class.
Oh, just 1 second.
And I do not have on here, I would have to look in the system of any UAs that she's completed. I don't see that she's paid anything toward her fees or fines as well.
All right. So, Ms. Harrison, you may want to speak to your attorney. I'm not going to follow this plea bargain agreement. It's rare that I don't follow plea bargain agreements, but I'm not going to follow this plea bargain agreement. Now, I understand that probably, and I'm making an assumption, I understand that probably you entered the plea to the deferred and then entered a plea on the motion to revoke, thinking that the court would probably grant your deferred and therefore not revoke you on the other. If that was the assumption you had, if you've made a plea and the motion to revoke, I'll allow her to withdraw that plea and it can be set for a contested hearing.
We withdraw, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to allow them to withdraw their plea to any allegations in the motion to revoke, and we'll set the motion to revoke for a contested hearing. And then whatever you all choose to do on the new case, you're more than welcome to do it. How much time do you need, Mr. Callahan?
At the court's convenience, Your Honor.
All right. State for a contested hearing.
2 to 3 weeks, Judge.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, can you recall this back for a contested hearing? 2 to 3 weeks. All right, so we'll be back on December 18th. And I'll set them both at the same time. All right. All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
Seeing it right now.
Three.
All right, who's here on Jose Torres? Oh, why are they not here? What is this for? Jose Torres? He raised his hand. Yes, he did. No, I mean, at the very beginning, he raised his hand. So if you want to call Mr. Flores and tell him he and his attorney need to, I mean, he and his client need to be here. And I don't understand this date as though this wasn't referred in November. On this, it lists referred. Okay. Okay. All right. So tell Mr. Flores he needs to be here.
Yes, I'm the first brother to stand up there.
This doesn't show that this is an Oxford. It says 175th.
It's not. It's. Yeah. It's not the language. Correct. All right. It would be.
All right. I know, right? No. Trying not to look.
Yeah, I know. All right.
Rolando Valadez.
Morning.
Good morning. Hello. So are we here today for sentencing?
Correct, Judge. We pled in front of Judge Angelini for recommendation of probation. He reset for a TAP evaluation only,
Okay,
and that TAP is recommending after his true.
all right. Just one moment. My computer is moving very slow today.
No problem.
Cold? It was cold as well.
My
bones.
You know, it's like sometimes you have the students who will be walking on campus who are not from the South, they're from the North, and they're walking around in shorts and a t-shirt. I'm like, come on.
I know it's. Kids that think they don't need it, you know.
Oh, yeah. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7772, State of Texas versus Rolando Valadez. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
Kelly Piddle.
And are you Mr. Rolando Valadez? All right, are both parties in receipt of the TAP evaluation state?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
Any objection to the TAP evaluation state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense?
No.
All right. According to the plea bargain you entered, punishment is to be assessed at 9 years in the prison. The state is recommending community supervision. Is there anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
No, Judge, we just ask that you follow the recommendation and Mr. Valdez has not had any violations on his actual interlock. And once the court has ordered him to do the AA daily, he has been doing that and he's found that to be helpful. So.
All right. All right, Mr. Valadez, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. State your name for the record.
Yes.
State your name for the record.
Yeah,
Rolling like this.
no problem. So the TAP evaluation is recommending outpatient treatment. Do you think that would be helpful to you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. And are you in agreement to doing the outpatient treatment?
Yes, ma'am.
And they want it to be intensive. Here's the thing, it's still outpatient treatment, it's just more intensive. The reason why they're asking that of you is because of your alcohol use. And we're in felony court for alcohol use, right? So that means that you're probably a person who cannot drink alcohol at all.
Right.
Some people can take one drink, they stop, they're done. Other people, they just continue to drink. So I'm gonna order, even though you've been doing the sober meetings, which I appreciate, I'm gonna order the intensive outpatient treatment. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work for Texas Highway and we work for highways,
Mhm.
do highway streets.
Ah,
Yes.
so you're all a part of cleaning streets or repairing?
We do the,
Builds them.
Yeah.
What?
He builds them.
Ah,
yeah, we add more streets to it,
oh, are you building streets or is it the freeways?
like the freeways. We're making more lanes.
He's been working on 35 for 20 years, Judge.
Oh, yeah. You know, there was somebody who told me that they had been working, well, seeing work on the freeway
Yes, ma'am.
since they were a little boy. That was Judge Carruthers. And he's like, they still working on it. So I don't think they ever finish. I don't know what that is. Why is it in other countries, people will work on a highway, like a highway gets destroyed. And then once the concrete or whatever materials they use have cured, it's like it's done. Why does it take so long here?
The weather sometimes, but the material and the process of in and out.
Mhm.
Because the streets gotta be open, so we need a lot of people directing the traffic.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of mistakes and stuff, accidents.
Oh, I don't think you should say
So
mistakes.
it's a lot of- Like, you know. little
Yeah.
minor things.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yes.
thank you very
Yeah,
much.
well, sure. Kenny.
Okay, well, I hope people will slow down when they see you all working.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, then I'm gonna follow your agreement. This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna sentence you to 9 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 9 years. We'll do intensive outpatient treatment with probation. If there's an issue with that in your job, because I know your work hours are probably either early in the morning or late at night, just make sure you stay in contact with probation and let them know. If you feel like there's an issue where you're missing work or you can't miss work because they're gonna fire you or something, let probation know. If you feel like they're not able to help you, you can always come back to the court or call your attorney and you can come back to the court. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, there's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Ignition interlock, that's for the full term. And I just noticed that was outside the agreement, Mr. Peddle.
Right, Judge. We're asking that it be for half the term and then be evaluated by the court to see how he was doing.
All right, I'm gonna put it for full term, but I've noted it on the docket sheet that can be evaluated. So after the half term of this, If there are no issues, more likely than not, I'll have it removed, all right?
Yes, ma'am.
So just come back to the court at half the term. Probation, at half the term for ignition interlock. We can see how he's doing. I'm gonna order full term for now, but that's open. All right, there's a $500 fine. That will be probated. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's to be 200 hours of community service restitution. In regards to that, you can either do the 200 hours community service or you can pay it off if you want to pay it off. And I'll put that at $7.25 per hour. And you can do it at the San Antonio Food Bank. I always choose the San Antonio Food Bank because there's always a shortage. But if there's somewhere else that you would like to donate to that's on the approval charity list, I'll consider that as well.
Okay, thank you.
All right. There's to be the 2-year driver's license suspension. Victim impact panel. DWI education course. Probation, we'll do a field visit just one time to see how things are. And then after that, at your discretion. And regular UAs. Probation, is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Now, it appears that sober meetings are helping you out. Since I've ordered intensive outpatient treatment and you're working, I'm not going to require the sober meetings. But if that's what's needed to make you remain sober, you should probably continue doing that. Otherwise, there's going to be an issue. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do you have any questions about anything that I've ordered?
No, ma'am.
Is there anything you need from the court to be successful on this probation?
No, ma'am.
All right. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal.
Sorry.
Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question of what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so we can go off the record. So you work with highways, so you know a lot of times there's a lot of accidents, and it's because people who are driving while intoxicated. And usually the person who's injured, if there's an accident and somebody's driving intoxicated, it's not the intoxicated driver. It's usually their passenger or somebody else. So you cannot drink or drive. And because you're on probation, even at your own house, because I know the holidays are coming up. I know that there's New Year's, there's Christmas. People always want to drink alcohol maybe, or drink champagne or something. Even at your own house, you are not allowed to drink alcohol while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm working on a possible plea real quick for the defendant, but he wants to know if he pleads today, can he surrender in January? Because it would be for time. If that's something. the
Well,
court
it
would be
depends.
open
I'll consider it, but I need to review things to see what the case is. I don't know.
to. Let me discuss further with him. Thank you, Your Honor.
Sure.
Mr. Deerfield. No, he's here. Yeah.
All right, Angel Nathan Gonzalez.
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. Hello, Mr. Gonzalez.
Morning.
Good morning. Let me see. All right, what's going on with this case?
Judge, I have filed with the court a motion for continuance.
Mhm.
There was several hundred additional discovery items that were uploaded last week. I got notice of them on the 21st, late in the day. And it was substantial. With the intervening holiday, along with the fact that I am the primary caretaker of two parents who are ill. There is just absolutely no way that I've been able to go through those.
All right, so let me ask you this. What was uploaded and when was it uploaded?
Sure, Judge, I can elaborate on that if you'd like. At a prior setting, Ms. Compton had asked Ms. Mitchell for the complainant's case files that had been in the office. I believe Ms. Mitchell did provide her with the physical copies of the case files at that last setting, but none of that had been uploaded. Ms. Compton and I got in contact and she asked if I could get those uploaded, and they were uploaded last Monday, I
To
believe.
be clear, I wasn't provided physical copies. I was shown that there were physical copies, but I wasn't given.
No,
physical.
she was not given. We brought our case files down at the last setting for the complaint. Ms. Compton asked me if I could get those uploaded for her so she could review them, and I did drop them off to be scanned and uploaded or downloaded and re-uploaded into this JN. And I believe that was done on Monday. Ms. Compton is correct. Last Monday, excuse
The
me.
21st was when I received that. equipment.
So here's my question, and I know you're new to the court. The last setting we had on this case was for September, and we're just uploading things Monday, which would put us no uploads or anything done in October, and it's just being uploaded in November. I don't understand.
I made several requests, and my understanding was that it was going to be uploaded. I would check in, I would say, hey, don't forget, get that to me.
No. I'm not, I guess I need to be more direct. I don't understand why this wasn't uploaded.
Sure, Judge.
I say more direct, I mean more direct to say who I'm addressing this to, because I know you have no control over uploading it. And I know she do.
Oh, and
So,
just for the record, Anna has been amazing. But I just don't think I'm a great lawyer, but I cannot get through that with my investigator in time to be ready for
here's the
trial
thing.
to do the best.
I'm
job
going to
for
give you
me.
your motion for continuance. I'm just trying to get to the bottom of why, when we have settings, and again, I know it's not you. This case has been having settings for discovery since May of 2022. So I'm just trying to figure out why things haven't been done.
Sure, Judge. I can't speak to that, but I'm trying to get us where we need to be so we can get it all taken care of.
Okay. No, I appreciate that. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to set this for a trial, and it's going to be your plea deadline date and your trial date. And you all need to get the discovery matters handled off docket. All right, so how long do we expect this trial to last?
Probably, I would think at least a week and a half to
Probably about that,
maybe a
Judge.
little longer than that, Judge.
All right,
And
are there a lot of videos? Why is it a week and a half?
There are, and there are multiple witnesses, many witnesses.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, I need a jury trial date for this. Mr. Gonzalez?
Yes, ma'am.
That's going to put you into the new year because we have other murder cases that are on the docket.
Okay.
All right.
That's fine.
So, Norma, put this in February. Is everybody okay? The day before Valentine?
That might be my lucky day, Judge.
Okay.
I just want to make sure that I don't have anything already
Okay.
preferentially set because I do have several murder cases.
Okay.
I'm all yours.
All right. So we will be back on February 13th. Do you have any questions?
Oh, Your Honor.
All right. So we'll be back on February 13th for jury trial. That will be your plea deadline date and your jury trial date. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Is there anything else from either side?
No, Judge.
No, Judge, thank you.
And with regards to your motion for continuance, I'm not going to rule on that because it's truly not your fault, and I'm not going to let you burn a motion for continuance.
I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you, Anna. It's David Barfield or Bearfield.
Morning, Judge.
Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, you're on that side, counsel.
Okay, sorry.
That's okay. It makes it easier for me. Hello. Hello, Mr. Bearfield. All right. How are you doing today?
All right.
All right. Why were you late for court?
I was running late Uber.
No problem. I understand. Just make sure that you make better arrangements, okay?
Okay, yes.
All right. So what is happening with this case?
Judge, it's a first trial setting today. I've conferred with the state. I've got an offer, which Mr. Bearfield's considering, but he wants to go over the videos evidence with me, so I'm asking if I could get some time in order to do that.
Sure. Or please. All right. We'll be back on December 18th.
Yes, ma'am.
Once you sign the reset form, you'll be excused, and that will be your plea deadline date.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
on that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, have a seat and I'll show you about this. One, two.
MC Reed. All right. Just have a seat, sir. We'll get to you. Just have a seat.
My attorney is out of town. He's not showing up today.
All right.
He informed me this morning.
All right. We'll contact the office. We're going to find out. Okay.
Yes, so they're supposed to be set. And I was late this morning because I had a flat and I took pictures of it.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Mr. Reed. I appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am.
Aaron Sturm. Who's the attorney?
Me, Your Honor. Arlene Kay.
All right. All right. This is a motion to revoke. Are you all ready to proceed?
No, ma'am, believe probation has some information.
No, Your Honor, we're not ready to proceed. I'd like to see about getting a short reset so that I could communicate with the officer in Bandera County to get possible resources that's necessary at this point.
Your Honor, and we're not opposed to that. I think that would probably be the best thing. And
All
we've
right.
all discussed it, so.
All right, Mrs. Sturm, it sounds like they're trying to help you. Okay, so if you're drug tested today, would you be positive or negative? All right, so is she at any type of sober meetings or doing any of that?
That's what we're trying to figure out with Bandera.
That is not an original condition of probation.
All right, so
Judge.
they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to work with you to help you with your addiction. So I'm going to give you a reset, but between now and then you need to do a sober meeting a day. Okay. And my understanding they're all over, and I'm sure your counsel will be able to get you in touch with them.
She lives in Bandera County,
Mhm.
and I'm sure we could try to find something for her.
Yeah, and my understanding, they do those online as well.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
you're gonna have to do a sober meeting a day. You understand? And you need to remember, the last time you use could be the last time you use. You understand? All right, do you have children?
Your Honor, that she is not the main custodial parent.
No, the reason why I'm asking is because you don't want your children to end up without their mother because something happened. So if you don't take care of it, and if you're not strong to do the sober meetings, and during sober meetings, that means each time you're thinking about using or you want to use, you need to quickly get in a sober meeting. You understand? All right. How much time are you all asking for? All right. Norma, can we recall this in 1 week, please? All right, so we're gonna do December 7th. So you need to start with doing a sober meeting today. You understand? All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused. And Norma, can you check with the office for Mr. Reed, that attorney's office, John Pettis? Yes,
Could we approach just for an ex parte quickie?
sure. If you guys will come around this way, please. And who is the person? Oh, we're gonna step in the hallway.
Oh,
Is it on the docket?
we just talked about the case that I was just.
Oh, yeah, sure.
So, yeah, I told her about it. It's.
Talk to Anna and Norma.
All right.
All right, everyone, please be seated. Norma, on her case, they're gonna ask that it be moved a week. She wants Mr. Arguelles to be second chair with her on that. So can you look at the schedule? And if I could see the file back on Gonzalez, please.
She's good with that, Judge.
Okay.
She doesn't.
And I'm sorry, what's your client's first name?
Angel,
Yeah, Angel.
Angel
Gonzalez.
Nathan from Silence with an S,
They said a week.
at least, yeah. Later on.
But I still would like February, Norma, if possible. Mr. Arguelles is traveling, Norma.
I was telling her I'm sorry.
And
And I just got back.
Ah,
I'm about to leave. I'm going to Spain next week.
I love, I had never been to Spain and then I finally went. I loved it.
I'm moving.
You are?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Probably about 2 or 3 years more, but yeah.
Congratulations. You need to give me your address so I have a place to stay.
Oh, yeah, we will have a place for him.
All right, February 20th. Norma, that's not interfering with criminal trial division, is it? Okay, all right, February 20th. All right, yeah, let's find another court for her. All right, February 20th. Maybe she can do jury selection here and then see if Judge Nahara Court is available or something. Yeah, I know it's teeny tiny. All right, well, we'll see if we can find something. Yes. Oh, yeah, find out who the attorney is on Guzman and tell the attorney to come over.
Judge. Is there a motion to release his name from their county advice, or she'd have to check with the phones. I filed it, but she hasn't accepted that.
Okay.
We're trying to get her today.
Sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Norma, if he's not, see if they can bring him over for this afternoon because that hearing needs to be heard. All right, we'll have him brought over this afternoon.
Well, I have informed the court that I may be in trial in the 279. So if that's so, I'll let you know.
Okay, all right, Norman, go ahead and order him for this afternoon.
I got. Let's do first the court. Put your hand on.
Kevin Luna. All right, good morning. Where's Mr. Luna?
He is in the box.
Oh, come down, sir.
He's gonna be in the back. No, yeah. Good morning, Judge.
Good morning. How's it going?
Another day.
Yeah. Isn't that song Another Day in Paradise? All right, so what's happening with this case?
Judge, before the court requesting some additional time in terms of getting up a pretrial setting in this case.
Mhm.
You signed an order granting us some additional time in terms of our motion for additional funds for investigator.
Mhm.
That order was signed by the court on November 3rd.
Mhm.
So we're still going through that process of getting the information that we need. And also getting information with respect to additional discovery that the state is looking at providing to our defense counsel.
All right.
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right.
A little bit more moving parts, so.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give you guys a jury trial date. It's gonna be for the new year. That's gonna be your plea deadline date and jury trial date. Does everyone understand?
Okay, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All right, so how long do y'all expect this trial to last?
I would say not including board ire, I mean, 4 days, Your Honor.
All right,
I mean, and I'm sorry to say, I just don't know all the moving parts of it necessarily yet, but there is some more than usual.
all right. So I'm gonna give you a jury trial date, and that's gonna be your plea deadline date as well. So if you could decide to enter a plea, you can do so at that time. If not, you'll be headed for trial. You understand?
Judge, the only thing I would request of the court is that if there is a date set, that the date be set at the end of January.
Oh, we're gonna put you in the new year. All right, Ms. Ferguson. Can you have this set in the new year? Not January? But then I know people, not spring break. I know
Yeah.
people are thinking about spring break things to do.
We already have February. So it'd be April, I think. Because we have one in May already too.
Okay. Well, I can tell you this, if this is going to be in April, April is my mom's birthday, so I definitely will not be here for that. So another judge will hear it. All right, I will be here on April 7th, 2nd. What's the saying? God willing and the creek don't rise. I'll be here April 2nd.
April 2nd.
Okay?
Yes, Judge.
All right, that would be your plea deadline date and your jury trial date. Mr. Jimenez. Tony,
Yes, sir.
hi, do you have a second chair already?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Yes. Yeah, no, we need a public defender because Goins has already completed his appeal. So it's supposed to be, yeah, it's supposed to be someone from the public defender's office. Sure, just give me one moment. Let me write this in the file. All right. Yes.
Judge. And going over the commission with Mr. Oliver's. States that he should determine this is what he has access to.
Mhm. Okay. Okay. All right, let's bring him up. Mr. Valadez? Hello. Probation is telling me you do not have a vehicle. Is that true?
Right.
All right, is there any vehicle you have access to at your home?
No.
All right, so he's gonna have to do,
I have that residential that I have at my house.
okay, So he can do an affidavit of non-driving. And then we'll do a portable device.
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
And everyone, the court is taking its recess exactly at 12. So for those of you who are here and your attorneys have not shown, you may want to step out and call them. And sir, Mr. Trevino, I'm going to have them look you up on the system to see who your attorney is. All right? Okay. Yes, just give me a moment, Mr. Reed. Just give me a moment. Okay, you're welcome.
For tomorrow.
Oh, and Hank,
Yes,
I don't know if both of these are yours or if it's family violence.
Oh, look, Judge,
All right, thank you.
No, it's a indicted place. Yeah. And I can talk to the guy, and I can talk to someone about, this is in jail, or this is just. I don't know if it's see what we can figure out, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, and Norma, can you? No. You want us to call it?
Probably.
All right, if you'll write down your number, I'll call it.
Oh, no, I turned it off.
Ah. Yes.
That's a first for me. Yes. Thank you.
yours.
An old one. I wanna steal it.
My family, I feel. I'm a little one too.
Can you call this? I have the cover for me.
I guess the easiest way probably to do that is having back.
Oh, yes. You don't have another place. Yes. There was a name that was called.
It's not really related.
Yes. Hi.
Yes, yes.
Okay, welcome. Yay. Yeah, no. Awesome. Well, it's good to have you. Yes. So if, well, if you want a trial, this is the place to come.
Exactly, that's.
All right. Welcome. Hi. Should I mention the game or no? Is it too soon?
I'm good with it. We're
I
talking about the
think-
Longhorn game. We're talking about that.
We're talking about A&M.
Oh, no, I am. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Morning, Judge. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much.
Because I tease her, it's like, I'm sorry, not sorry when,
Yeah.
when my Aggies do win.
Well, you know what?
So
I'm
bad.
telling you,
50-50 this year.
if LSU, and mind you, I know these are all children who are playing, and I think sometimes people forget these are really people who are straight out of high school playing.
They're junior pro athletes, so these.
Yes, but if our defense were better, we would be doing so much better. It reminds me of the Saints for a while when Breeze was the quarterback, when you knew, all right, offense, you got to score a touchdown on every possession. And that puts a lot of pressure on your quarterback because it's, you got to score a touchdown on every possession. And that's what's been happening with LSU. And I don't know what Kelly is bringing to the table. I mean, to me, I'm no expert, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn. But I don't understand. My thing is, if you're coming in as a coach, usually a coach will say, oh, well, I'm an offensive specialist. And the commentators will say, well, this offense is really going to pick up because that person is an offensive specialist. Either you have to be an offensive specialist or a defensive specialist. And if you are neither of those, then you need to bring in people who are. Now, if I were coaching LSU, one, I wouldn't have this major contract. I would be happy with $2 million a year. Other people, you see that guy, which school is that where his buyout is like 75 million or something ridiculous? Yeah. Okay, that is so ridiculous, right? 75 million.
Well, I don't know why they give him an extension.
Yeah. So I wouldn't even be asking for that. And you know what I would do? I would say, look, we're here to win championships. Just pay me, for my performance. And we'd be all good. But with him, I'm like, where's the defense? And usually LSU has a great defense. And whenever we have bad seasons, if you look at the NFL draft, a lot of them go first round. And then when you see them play, you're like, wait a minute, was that guy at LSU? And it's like, yeah, he was.
He's a great recruiter though, isn't he? Kelly?
LSU recruits itself.
How long has he been there? 2 years?
2 years.
Only maybe another year or so.
After that, you know what's going to end up happening? There's going to be a buyout. It's probably going to be 65 million. I would think.
I mean, Sarkeesian's doing well, and this is third year.
Yeah, I would think that if somebody was buying me out for 75 million, I would probably just retire. But that's just me.
Well, the entire contract was much more than that. Right? He's already collected a lot of it, so it was over 100 million, I think.
But if you see Daryl say, sorry for Ohio State.
I will. I was giving my condolences to.
No, it's okay. It's hard to get in line.
Who, Cornelius?
Yeah, Cornelius.
Oh my gosh, Cornelius
I
came.
I thought they were going to win that game.
Yeah, well, Cornelius comes in every year before the season starts, and you know what he says? Judge, I just can't sleep because I'm so excited. We're winning the championship. I'm like, okay.
Sounds like Mike DeLeon about the Dallas Cowboys. We're going to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Every year.
Oh, every year?
Judge, may I approach because they don't have a file to put in line.
Oh, what is your case?
Yeah, it's Antonio Randall. It's probably on your first page.
Yes.
So kind of give you a backstory, Mr. Randall. About a month before the pandemic hit, you appointed me in court.
Yes.
I had him immediately evaluated because based on our conversation, he never actually made it to a state hospital. They finally put him into that jail-based program and they just restored him to competency. But he still has a lot of major psychological delusions he suffers from. I need to have him evaluated for sanity, which they couldn't even do that until he was restored to competency.
No, I understand.
Thank you very much. And then he has his MTR it's like a 2018 case. You probably see on the at once. It's set for December 4th. So can we get them to at least track together or?
Yes. 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 Teran Trevino, SID number 920034. Can you see who his attorney is? All right. And then we need the attorney for MC Reed. If you can call his office and see if they're out. All right. And then Antonio Randall, is he out?
I don't know if they brought him out yet, Judge. Oh, yeah.
All right, Mr. Randall, come on down. All right. Hello, Mr. Randall. All right. How are you doing?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case.
Yeah.
He's filed a motion for sanity.
Well, actually, I'm going to do it today.
Yes. So we need a date for that. And then after that, we'll take up Taurus.
I can do.
All right, we'll put it for December 18th on both, January 18th. All right, we'll put it for January 18th on both cases. But if you go to Judge Carruthers Court and see if they can do a rush, because I know he's been sitting there for a while. So we may be able to, Mr. Randall, we may be able to get you back sooner than that, okay? All right, so we're gonna say January 18th, and I'll send an email if there are no objections to Judge Carruthers to see if we can move him quickly.
Anything helpful, Judge? Yeah.
All right, so we'll put it on January 18th. But
And I'll have my motion public before the end of the day.
okay, but we'll try to get you back sooner than that, all right?
Okay.
All right, do you have any questions about anything?
Not business.
All right. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excuse.
Yes, and I'll send that email today.
Or let me-
No, just sanity. Yeah. Yes, no problem. All right, who's here on Jose Torres?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Torres, come up. All right, on this case, you all are scheduled for a competency jury trial, is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor. The court, on his own motion, Your Honor, they reset it, Your Honor. I had nothing to do with it, Your Honor. They
Oh, no, are you talking about Judge Carruthers?
Your Honor.
Yes.
They reset it for January the 17th, Your Honor.
All right, so his competency trial is scheduled for January 17th.
Okay.
All right, so Ms. Ferguson, can you put this after January 17th? Usually those trials go very quickly. All right, so we'll be back here on January 29th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so
thank you, Your Honor.
you're welcome. Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good day, Your Honor.
All right, you too. Thank you. I'm sorry, Norma, what date did you say?
29th.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you. Cecilia Cortez. Hello, are you on this side, counsel? All right, so where are we on discovery?
Just gotta, actually, I reviewed some of the discovery, Your Honor, but not all of it. I'd like to review some of my client. I'd like to ask for a continuance just to do so.
All right, so you have all,
I did get an offer this morning.
okay, so you have all the discovery and an offer has been tendered?
Yes.
All right. All right, Norma, on Cecilia Cortez, if you can recall this in December for a plea deadline date? All right, we'll be back on December 18th. On that date, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand? Yes. Okay. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
Carl, I'm sending the email. Do you have your email address for me and I can include you in the email?
Certainly good. It's not a trade secret, I just tell you so. So it's K Alexander at CCA.
Wait a minute. K Alexander at
CCATXlaw.com.
Okay. All right. Thank you. You're welcome.
Yes.
You should have made a bet with your first joke, Judge. You made him wear like an LSU tie today or something.
Oh, that's why he is being all solid today.
Yeah.
But hey, A&M and LSU were now family, so we'll beat you in the game, but still invite you over for the barbecue.
You know, so I don't know if you know my background. I have a degree in forestry, and that's what I got at A&M. And
Yeah.
LSU also has a forestry program. So we used to compete in, I'll just call them lumberjack games.
Yes.
So it's the 14 Southern Forestry Schools. Every spring we'd go do these games. And one year when Virginia Tech hosted, we had to go all the way to Appomattox. So we drove to Baton Rouge and together we chartered a bus with the LSU guys.
Yeah.
And then rode up to.
So what do you all do with at these games? Is it where you chop down trees?
Well, no trees, but there's poles, right? So there's like cutting events. So
Ah.
there's sawing events. There's like the running on the log in the water, right? They call it log burling. There's log roll where you have to move a gnarly, like not symmetrical tree trunk down a staked path. Timed and not hit the little stakes, because every time you do this, a time penalty. There's like technical events, like I used to do. It's called photogrammetry, which is aerial photo inter. And there's like wildlife ID.
So what have you been doing with your forestry degree?
Trimming my trees. That's about it.
Now that I know that, I'll call you because I have a tree and it's like there's a bug problem.
Well, so originally I was going to go to law school to do like natural resources and environmental law.
Yeah.
Because none of my buddies could get jobs because all the land was locked up in litigation.
Mhm.
So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go fight these well-meaning but ill-informed people, and I ended up doing criminal law. So
Oh, hey.
just that's what happened.
Bye-bye.
Yes. I don't want to be like. Okay, so we've since our last hearing. Fun stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, I'll hear it. Let me see. All right, yes, we can have Judge Angelini hear it. Yeah.
We're just he's asking to do things.
Is he in court today by chance? Okay. All right. All right, just give me a moment. Let me step outside and, counsel, if you come outside with me. I will be right back. Okay. All right, is George Hawkins on the docket today? I think I've already taken care of that, right? Oh, that's from the 20th. All right, so who is the client that David Garcia has? All right, could I see that? Could I see that file? And Deputy Laura, could you have Velasquez brought out, please? And Deputy Laura, it's Marco Marino Vasquez. State on Marco Marino Vasquez, that's going to be reset. Defense counsel's has medical issues with his father.
Who are you talking to?
Who is that, Deputy Laura?
You got top page.
Norma, on Marco Marino Vasquez, recall that in 2 weeks. And if defense attorney needs more time, just tell him to let us know.
19, I'll do the 19.
Okay.
A to Z.
Yeah.
What's your name? Aaron. Aaron, you have one? Yes.
Renee Rios,
Judge, want to speak to in the back?
you can whichever you feel appropriate.
We can talk.
All right, court is calling 2023 CR 7380, State of Texas versus Renee Vincent Rios. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Todd Lesser for Mr. Rios.
And are you Mr. Rios?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have, Your Honor.
Mr. Rios, I'm showing you what's entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Going to show you what's entitled Court Admonishments. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1, less than 1 gram? That's a state jail felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 180 days up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do, Your Honor.
Mr. Rios, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishments be assessed at 16 months in the state jail facility. The state is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 8959, CM 106800, 107612, 111625. There's to be restitution to Donasia, Donasia Jenkins, Lucille Ann Aguilar, Gloria Lee Hernandez, Musa, Mousa. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Judge.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, ma'am.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence?
State offer states exhibit 1 in all attachments.
No objections.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you applied for deferred adjudication. The causes that are being taken in consideration, what are those charges?
Your Honor, it's 3 unindicted state jail burglary of buildings, all with the same storage unit facility. And I believe it was 1 other possession in less than a gram.
All right. Is that his only criminal history?
Judge, I believe there is some, his prior history, but I think it's misdemeanor.
Yeah, no felonious history, Your Honor.
So do y'all want to proceed with sentencing?
We may, Your Honor, we can.
All right, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Your Honor, he's gainfully employed. I understand that these episodes of criminal behavior corresponded with a period in his life where he lost his 12-year-old younger brother. He was attempting to pay for a funeral, obviously in a very, very wrong way. And I think that he would like to address the court regarding his application for deferred adjudication and how we'd be a good probationer.
All right, yes.
I just feel like I would be a good probationer because it was just a hard time that I was going through. And my family just we couldn't find the funds to fund the funeral. And we're still waiting on the tombstone for my brother. And I just feel like it was a bad period of my life, but I'm just trying to get past it already.
All right, so if you drug tested today, what are the results going to be?
I would be clean.
All right, well, let's see. All right, so you're going to get drug tested today. Are you prepared to UA now?
I'm sorry, no. No, I'm not clean.
Okay.
I did do drugs like a while ago, but it would be like very minimal.
No. If you're saying you're not clean, when you say you used drugs a while ago, what do you mean by a while ago?
It may have been like 2 weeks ago.
All right, and what did you use?
Meth.
All right, so if it was 2 weeks ago, you should be clean. So how often are you using meth?
I've been cutting down. I try not to use it, but there's just something that I need help with because like my family we don't really discuss anything or talk about anything. So I try to fill that void with something else, and I know it's not it's not a good way, but I'm slowly trying to be better for my 2 kids. I do have 2 little boys, 1 and 4. So I'm just trying to be better for them because they don't deserve the person that I used to be.
Okay, so where are the 1 and 4-year-old now?
They both have separate 2 moms. They're different moms.
Are they living with their mothers?
No, one of them lives with me, and he goes with his mother maybe 2-3 times a week, and the other one does live with me.
Okay, I didn't understand that. You say one of them lives with you,
yeah,
and the other one lives with you.
Yeah, but one of them, he comes with me pretty much every day after school, and Friday and Saturday. So he's basically with his mom just Sunday and Monday.
All right, and where are the children now? Who are they with?
One is with, I think school just started, so one's in school and one's in daycare.
Okay, how do you know that you think school just started? So when
They were on the vacation week, so I think the week was over, so I think they went back this week.
So who else takes care of the children? I don't, and I could be wrong in this, but do you live with somebody?
I live with my girlfriend and one of my sons. And then my other son comes with me pretty much most of the time, but he doesn't live with me.
All right, the girlfriend that you live with now, is she the mother of any of the?
She's the mother of my second son.
All right, so she's the mother of the second son. So you all live together and the second son lives with you all?
Yes, ma'am.
And the other child, is this a girl or a boy?
They're both boys.
All right, the other child, how old is that child? Is that the 4-year-old?
4, yeah.
All right, so what is his living arrangement?
He lives with his mom, but he's primarily with me. Because mom works at night and I work in the mornings. So I pick him up every day after school and he'll stay with me about until 9. And then she picks him up and then we'll just do it like that the rest of the week. But then Friday and Saturday, I keep him overnight.
All right, and this girlfriend you're staying with, does she use?
No.
Then why is she with you?
I honestly couldn't tell you that. She has a good job. She works for RBFCU. She has a degree. She's very smart. So I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you.
No,
why.
the reason why I ask that is sometimes when people use drugs, they're with other people that use drugs. So I'm trying to figure out what's best for you. And I also have to protect the public. So I have to figure out what's best for a 1-year-old and a 4-year-old. You understand? These are the reasons why I'm asking these questions.
Well, neither of my son's moms use drugs at all.
Okay.
The first one has never used drugs, and the second one, she used to smoke weed when she was younger, but she went to school, she got her degree, and now she works for RBFCU. So she no longer uses drugs.
All right. And what do you do for a living?
I work for Bill Miller's.
All right. Why did they close Bill Miller's downtown?
Because they're opening up a new one on the west side, and it's a bigger location.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're still building it.
All right. Bashan, that question has been answered for you. So, yes, you wanted to know. So now you know they're not going to open it up. All right. How long will it take for him to do a tap if he's out of custody? When can we get that done? And in custody? She said probably 2 weeks. Okay. All right.
Your Honor, we can request that if it's out of custody, that we get it done sooner as a rush.
Okay.
I just can't guarantee that it will be done.
All right. So I'm going to give you a choice. One, I'm inclined to give you deferred adjudication. And the reason why I'm doing that is not because your history is great. It's because obviously you have a drug problem. Obviously you have trauma in your life that issue needs to be addressed. Because how did your brother pass?
He was paralyzed since he was born.
Okay.
And his mom said that she was too young to have a child like that. So she left him to my dad. And my dad took care of him best he could. The doctor said that he wasn't gonna live past 4, but he made it to 12. And then my dad had to make a decision to whether let him go or just to keep him here suffering. But he decided to let him go, and then he donated his organs to people.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna give you a choice. One, you can do your TAP evaluation in custody, or either I can let you do it out of custody. If I let you do it out of custody, you're gonna be on the UA hotline and you're gonna be tested weekly.
Okay, that's fine.
So which would you prefer?
I would do the hotline. I can get tested weekly.
Okay.
Like that, it helps me.
All right.
Become better.
So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sentence you to 2 years deferred adjudication. There's to be a TAP evaluation out of custody. If you miss that TAP evaluation, a motion to revoke could be filed, or either you could end up doing your TAP evaluation while in custody. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So you need to make sure you make all of your appointments.
Yes, ma'am.
And probation, if you can make sure that it doesn't really interfere with his job, because I know people are quick to fire people. So 2 years deferred adjudication, TAP evaluation out of custody. I'm going to want 90 sober meetings in 90 days.
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, and see for him if they can do by Zoom because of his job situation. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. Take in consideration the following cause number 2023 CR 8959 CM 106800 107612 111625. There's to be restitution, if any, to the following: Donasia, DONASIA Jenkins, Lucille ANN Aguilar, Gloria Lee Hernandez, Musa MOUSA, 200 hours of community service restitution. I'm gonna order parenting classes. Once that's completed, the community service hours will be deemed completed. CPS compliance, if applicable. I don't know if there's CPS involvement or not, but if there is, you're gonna have to follow their rules.
Okay, well, there is one case, but it happened a long time ago where I reported my first son's mom
Mhm.
because she wasn't taking care of him correctly. And they dealt with that case and that case should have been closed out. But that's the only CPS case is when I caught him on her.
Okay. There's to be field visits 1 time per month until TAP evaluation. We can do a referral to felony drug court. And the UA hotline until TAP evaluation is complete. If TAP recommends inpatient treatment, we'll start with intensive outpatient treatment. If they recommend outpatient treatment, we're still going to start with intensive outpatient treatment. And we'll do a MIC evaluation. And can you do a referral for him to Center for Healthcare Services? I know it seems like a lot, but there is a lot I have to make sure that you have. One, you need to address this mental health. And I won't say mental health, even though I think it is. The trauma associated with your brother's death, the reason for your brother being in your father's care and not in his mom's care. All of those are issues that you probably need to address, and that may or may not be contributing to your drug use. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, probation. Is there anything else he needs?
No, Your Honor, but may I ask for clarification in regards to the restitution? I have Jenkins, Aguilar, Hernandez, and what was the last one?
Oh, it's Hernandez Musa.
Oh, Hernandez, Musa.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am, I think you provided me with everything that was.
All right, and there'll be recalling of the warrant. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. All right, in this court, to be successful on probation, you got to have contact with probation. If for any reason there's something you feel you need and probation is not providing it to you, you can always come to the court. But above all, you need to report. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And I'm sorry that happened to you.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. And state, I'll need those dismissals.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sure. All right, who's here on Jennifer Cano? Hello.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Where is Kenna? All right, so I signed the CPS records. What else is outstanding other than this?
It should just be this, Your Honor.
Okay. All righty, and you received an offer?
No, Your Honor. Well,
He-
we were pending, the additional discovery. Now
Okay.
I would like to review it, and hopefully receive no.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on this case, recall this in December for a plea deadline date. All right, your plea deadline date is going to be December 19th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, you're welcome. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're
Thank you,
welcome.
Judge.
Good day.
You too. And counsel, your client was late. So, okay. Luis Miguel Hernandez.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning. All right, do you have all the discovery?
We do not.
Has an offer been tendered?
It was an expired today, so I imagine if we come back on another plea date, it will change.
All right. All right, Norma, if you can recall this for December for plea deadline date. All right, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you.
And thank you for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
And you said the 19th, Norma? All right, Mr. Reed. All right, Norma, can we recall this? What do you want to recall, Mr. Reed? All right, we're going to bring you back on Thursday, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Okay.
All
So
right.
do I need to go to the downstairs to that misdemeanor and have them reset for Friday?
Oh, you need to go to misdemeanor court. If there's an issue with misdemeanor court, just let them know you were here.
Okay, 'cause what was happening was I was gonna do this one on the 27th and the misdemeanor on the 28th.
Oh, well, we're bringing you back on Thursday, so you'll be back
So I'll
on the
try to-
30th.
Try to reset that one for the first then.
No, well, I mean, you'll need to have your attorney speak with them.
Kind of confusing.
I know, I hear you, but your case here will be for the 30th. And if you'll contact your attorney.
He just needs to appear on the 28th.
Yes. And if you want to call your attorney and see if
Yeah.
they can move it.
Cause I wasn't gonna, I'm pleading, they're dropping this on the plea out on that one, so
Okay.
it's confusing.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Make sure you show up on that day and maybe your attorney will take care of that. And then you won't have to come back here on the 30th. We'll see.
Well, I'm gonna go downstairs and just talk to them and try to reset it for the first. That way I'm covering all my I's and dotting all my T's.
All right. You should probably talk to your attorney first and see what they want to do. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you.
So I just need to sign something like that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for your patience and thank you
Yes,
for
ma'am.
dressing appropriately for court.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah, approach, Your Honor.
yes.
And the interpreter's here on technical.
Okay.
Works. What else?
I don't know. It's a-
Welcome. All right, Eric Gonzalez Lopez. This is Criminal Trial Division. All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, I just received a new offer from the district attorney's office and I made a potential counter that I'd like them to think about, maybe reach out with their complaining witness to see if that would be a possibility. So we're just asking for a plea deadline date, I guess, at this point. My client's very young, and so I wouldn't want him to take any kind of offer without having a chance to discuss with his family. I think that if we could get a setting after I'm back from vacation after the first of the year, I think we can know whether we need a trial.
When are you leaving for vacation?
I'm out from December 8th to January 8th.
All right, Norma, you need to put this before December 8th.
I can do December 5th.
All right, we can do December 5th.
Thank
All
you,
right,
Judge.
your
Thank
plea.
you, Judge.
You're welcome. Your plea deadline date is going to be December 5th.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Norma, what date did we give Kevin Lunan?
April 2nd.
Okay. And that's jury trial date? All right, thank you. Okay. All right.
Information out.
And to everyone who's here, if you have not heard from your attorney, you need to call them because we're recessing at 12. Alex Espinoza. All right, where are we on this case?
Your Honor, I have not had a chance to review all the discovery in order to tell you whether or not we have it. This is the first inning for us, so I would just ask for an opportunity to do that. Mr. Wilkins and I are conferring on it. He has made an offer today.
Okay. All right, Norma, on this case, I need a plea deadline date in December. All right, you'll be back on December 19th. At that time, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand? All right, thank you for dressing appropriately for court. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Big guy.
Quetzalcoatl Martinez. All right, court is calling 2023 CR 8669, State of Texas versus Quetzalcoatl Martinez. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Fort Hickenales for defense.
And are you Mr. Martinez? Yes. I'm very sorry for mispronouncing your first name. I promise you that I've been working on it for a while. All right, I see that we have an interpreter here. All right, could you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm you will faithfully translate from English into Spanish and Spanish into English, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
You can lower your hand and could you state your name for the record?
Norma Nero.
All right. Mr. Martinez, all of the documents that I'm going to review with you are in English. Were those gone over with you in Spanish?
Yes.
And counsel, do you speak Spanish?
Yes, I do.
And do you speak it fluently?
Yes, I do.
And were you able to go over these documents with your client in Spanish?
Yes, I was.
All right.
Yes.
Okay. All right, counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Application for Deferred Adjudication or Community Supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes.
Did you review the document entitled True Bill of Indictment with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Judge.
Mr. Martinez, did you review the document entitled Court Admonishment and Defendant's Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes.
Did you understand you're charged with driving while intoxicated, third or more?
Yes.
The range of punishment for that offense is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Yes.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, he has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
I do.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do. I do believe he was. It is.
Mr. Martinez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No.
No.
Anyone promise you anything other than the plea?
No.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Sure.
Yes. Are you a US citizen?
This is resident.
I'm a resident.
All right. Counsel, did you advise your client on the consequences of entering a plea of no contest or guilty in this cause and how that relates to the immigration laws?
Yes, I have, Your Honor.
Okay. Did that advice include possible consequences such as deportation, exclusion from the United States, and the denial of naturalization?
It did, Your Honor.
Do you believe he understands the consequences of entering a plea?
I believe he does.
Mr. Martinez,
Sure.
did your attorney explain to you the consequences of entering a plea of no contest or guilty to this offense and the impact it will have on your immigration status?
Sure.
Yes.
Did possible consequences from entering into a plea in this case include deportation, the denial of naturalization, and the denial of admission to the United States?
Sure.
Yes.
Right. So do you understand your attorney's advice as it relates to the impact of this plea on your immigration status?
Sure.
Yes.
Right. Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney and did you understand it?
Sure.
Yes.
According to the plea bargain agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 6 years in the prison and the state is opposing your application. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Sure.
Yes.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Sure.
Yes.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Sure.
Yes.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offers State's Exhibit 1 and all attachments.
No
All
objection.
right, everyone, we're on the record. So I'm gonna ask that y'all not hold conversations near the court reporter because she needs to hear. All right, did you review the document entitled Waiving Consent to Stipulation of Testimony and Stipulations with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Sure.
Yes.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial? A right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Sure.
Yes.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there will be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Sure.
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments or review the same.
Sure.
Yes.
All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. I'm going to need a date for PSI. Yes. And it'll be a PSI and a TAP evaluation while in custody.
Your Honor, address the court as to the custody issue.
Yes.
We'd ask the court to consider letting Mr. Martinez continue on the PR bond that he was on. He had some violation reports as far as the calibration of the machine, ignition and unlock. But it was a situation where he had just gotten fired from his job. He didn't, he had limited funds. And when he went to calibrate the machine, the company that was doing the calibrating said he had a balance due from prior DWI. So that threw him off. And in the meantime, the violation reports were presented to the court, and that's why we were here. And he was in custody. We'd ask you to consider.
All right, we'll set it for a hearing, and that may be able to be heard today. You can have it heard by Judge Nahara. All right, what date, Ms. Ferguson? All right, so we'll be back on January 3rd. And then just speak with the coordinator, and they'll coordinate with Judge Nahara to hear that.
Today.
If you have the motion file, they may need a motion.
Well, I have to file.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. But just speak to them beforehand.
Oh,
All right, thank you.
thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Maybe excuse me.
Yes, thank you so much. Good seeing you.
You're welcome.
Happy after Thanksgiving.
You too, Judge.
John Navarano.
Hi. Reset.
Oh, this doesn't have a reason. All right. Thank.
Answer time, I'm sorry.
Yeah, do this on your time.
Oh, there you go.
I'm John Navajo, Your Honor. I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
All right.
I'm trying.
Okay, we're gonna call it. And is he on a PR bond? All right. Court is calling. Sorry, if we can stop conversation. Court is calling 2023 CR 9359. State of Texas versus John Manuel Navarano. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garrett, Your Honor.
Brian Kimbrough from Mr. Naranjo.
All right. This hearing was scheduled at 9 a.m. and it's now 11:34 a.m. Have you had in contact with your client?
I spoke to him yesterday, Your Honor, and he said he would be here. He gave me the address. I've tried calling him this morning. I've been able to get a hold of him, so I don't know what the problem is.
All right. State.
State's requesting a bond forfeiture, Your Honor.
All right. I'll issue a judge's warrant and remand your client without bond. If your client makes an appearance, the court will reconsider.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. John Lillies. Or Lyles, I'm sorry.
Morning.
Good morning. So what is happening with this case?
Judge, we've conferred, there is some discovery missing. It appears that we're looking for a stored video. It's a striped convenience store video that is mentioned in the police report and the officer reviews, and we're looking for that.
All right. So, and the only case I have is possession less than a gram, correct?
Yes, Judge.
All right. So state.
Judge, I reached out to my victim advocate to reach out to the store. This case did occur almost a year ago. We're coming up on that point, so I don't know if any video exists. I checked our file and we don't have anything, so.
All right. Have you tendered an offer?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Ferguson, recall this back in December. We recall it for a plea deadline date. We'll see where the video is. And then if there's no video, you can file whatever motion you deem appropriate.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, what date? All right, December 19th is going to be your plea deadline date. Do you understand?
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Maybe excused.
Yes.
Your mom called.
Antonio Barrientos.
Good morning, Your Honor. I'm here on that on an off docket. He's set for tomorrow, but I have to get my crowns in the morning, so I was wondering if we could talk to Wednesday or Thursday.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, on Barrientos, can you recall this for Thursday? All right, thank
Thanks.
you. Sure. Gilbert Perryman. Okay. Okay, all right, thanks, Norma. So Norma, they're saying they'll have it done by the 29th. So let's just recall this on the 30th. Yeah. And the defendant is not here, correct?
He's right there. He's in the box.
All right, Perryman, if you'll come down. All right, Mr. Perryman, I'm being told that your case will be taken care of in this court on the 30th.
Yes, ma'am. I had a, with my girlfriend, she had a wrote a statement in the affidavit saying that nothing happened. And I didn't have no choice but to sign on this when nothing even happened with the.
Okay, so here's the thing. Who's your attorney?
Greg Damaris.
All right, so you'll need to talk to your attorney about what you're saying the facts of your case are. But what I'm telling you is that the state has informed the court that, and I believe inform your attorney as well, that this case is going to be refiled as a misdemeanor. And they're saying that they'll have that done by Wednesday. Okay, if they have it done sooner than that, where's misdemeanor process? I mean, where's the felony family violence? Hi. Now, if they can have that done sooner than that, then they will have it done sooner than that. But because of the holidays, it didn't happen. All right. So we'll have it done to later. They'll have it done to later than Wednesday. That's why I'm resetting this case for Thursday.
Okay.
All right. And if that's done, then you won't need to appear here on Thursday. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Michael Ugui.
That was set on the 16th.
Yes.
And we didn't get the discovery acknowledgement, and so
Okay.
I just did it today.
All right.
Apologize.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
Thank you.
Jovan Flemings. Good morning. And where is Flemings? All right, let me see. All right, what's happening with this case?
Judge, I conferred with both CTD and family violence. It's a first setting on all his cases. There's a new offense for which he was arrested for on November 15th, I believe, so we're still waiting for discovery on that case. And as far as the other cases, we still need to make sure we're in possession of all the evidence that's available at this point.
Okay. All
We're just
right.
asking for a reset to do that.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, on Flemings, can you give me a 30-day reset, please? And it's discovery. All right, January 4th, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. You're welcome. And then you have one more.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
I'm working on that one.
all right, thank you. Monica Wade. Court is calling 2023 CR 8093, State of Texas versus Monica Wade. Could I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Jason Garahan, Your Honor.
Defense? Are you Monica Wade?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
Did review it, I believe I received it all.
All right, court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Wade, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication or community supervision. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Going to show you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Wade, I'm going to show you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Just one second. Okay. Did you understand you're charged with the offense of felon in possession of a firearm? That's the third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, I don't have to follow that plea. If for any reason I do not, you can withdraw and give you more than you bargained for. You can withdraw your plea, and the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you. Did you understand?
No, I'm a little confused on that.
So you have an agreement with the state, is that correct?
Yes,
All right, that's an agreement that the state has made with your attorney yourself.
yes.
I'm not a part of that agreement.
Okay,
So I can review everything and I can make the decision on whether or not I follow your agreement or not. You understand?
I understand.
If I decide not to follow your agreement and give you more than what you've bargained for, you can withdraw your plea. Do you understand?
Yes,
And the fact that you entered a plea or tried to enter a plea will not be used against you. You understand?
yes, ma'am.
All right. Did you understand that that you have a right to jury trial,
Yes,
a
ma'am.
right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this court?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication? If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 10 years in prison. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And up to $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
I believe you did.
Do you believe she's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I believe so, Your Honor.
Ms. Wade, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. State is silent on your application. They're taking in consideration 2023 CR 9034. There's to be restitution to SAPD for drug testing in 2003 CR 9034. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, are there any such motions?
No, Your Honor.
Then to the offense is charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Guilty.
State any evidence.
Yes, Your Honor. State exhibit number 1 with all of its attachments.
No objection.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right, after reviewing state's exhibits one and attachments, the court will find there's sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Oh, Your Honor, we may have a. Yes, sorry.
All right. Is there a need for a TAP evaluation?
State would suggest, the state would suggest one since there is a possession charge.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, I need a PSI and TAP date. All right, we'll see you back on January 25th, 2024.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Dinah, I know you have to leave, so you can leave and we'll be back in the afternoon. All right, Norma, did you get in touch with somebody from what is their name? Yes, for
We did,
Jennifer Zorka.
oh, I texted Jennifer Zarka, but I didn't. Let's see, Matt.
All right, so we'll need Mac there for that.
Mhm.
And
Mac was just here, and then you go, Sarah May.
okay. All right, thank you. And so everyone, if your matters are not handled before 12, you're gonna come back this afternoon.
We may have a request, Judge.
Sure.
Can we approach?
Sure.
This is on Miguel Santiago Colon.
All right, could I see the file on Miguel Santiago Colon? And Miguel Santiago Colon.
Judge, today I'm supposed to have tendered an offer to defense. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
There's some
Hi, hello.
there's some NIBIN gun discovery that's in the physical file that's not uploaded to Veripic. And so what we'd like to do if possible is to, I'd like to get a little bit more time to upload that to the defense. And then I'd also like to talk to the complaining witnesses in this case before I make the offer that I'm thinking about making. So we're asking for a short reset for that purpose, Judge.
All right, 2 weeks, enough time?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, may I just add to that, just for your information?
Sure.
What we're looking for is the NIBIN report, which is the it's like DNA for guns. So it links whatever the firearms and weapons, the
bullets and shell cases.
It links it between this case and other cases. Additionally, Judge, there are multiple weapons fired in this case. And there's been no analysis that I can see of the shell casings at the scene. Many were collected, but there's no distinguishment between the shell casings and the bullets and that sort of thing. We don't have any bench notes regarding any analysis that has been done. I believe if you do NIBIN, you have to do analysis because what they're looking at is markings. So clearly something's been done, but we don't have that.
Okay.
We're also missing body cams.
All right, see you guys back in 2 weeks. What's the date?
No, and that's fine. I'm just, thank you, Judge.
Oh, no, I appreciate you telling me that. Because I always write it all down. So Norma. And we'll see everything that's uploaded by that time.
Thank you, Judge. Yes, please.
All right, so Mr. Santiago, what's going to happen on the 18th is state's going to make sure everything is uploaded. And defense, on the 18th, you need to have a list prepared for the state if there's something you feel is not there that should be there. All right. All right. Once you sign the reset form, you're excused. Thanks for dressing appropriately for court.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. All right. So Deputy Laura, this is who's coming back for the afternoon. Juan Soto Victorino. He's on page 10. That's Jennifer Zorka's client. On the next page, Espinoza Ramos. Carlos Terrazas. Hernandez Rivas. Jarrett Pena is on bond, but he'll need to be back in the afternoon. Perdicio Rodriguez. Armando Regalado. Luis Hernandez, but he's on bond. Did I miss anyone, Norma?
I was writing to
Okay,
with the attorneys, I did not. Yeah.
all right. So that's who's coming back.
Everybody else send back? No. I think- On raising his hand, but using the speaker with him or what's.
Yes, Mr. Guzman. I'm sorry, what? No, I see you there. All right. So is there anyone else?
Not that I know.
All right, so we'll be back in the afternoon.